Ladies and gentlemen, I've come up with a name for this drill. It's called the Dante drill, because the Dante's Inferno has 9 layers of hell, right? So this also has multiple layers of scenarios that we're gonna cover. So naturally, Dante's drill. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, your boy again, and today is a very special video because I'm gonna be giving you some tips. All right, so this will 100% increase your reactions in neutral. In fact, it is an impossible, I repeat, impossible drill, meaning you can't do this drill 10 times in a row correctly. But as you try to do this drill right, your reactions will improve. How do I know this? Because when I came up with this method, right, I trained with this drill and I was able to beat my friend, which he was able to abuse some shit in the neutral, and I was able to counter him after I did my drills like repeatedly for days long. You know what I mean? So after you learn this training drill, you're gonna be unstoppable in the neutral. Nothing's gonna get passed by you and everybody's gonna get scared of your godlike neutral. All right, so subscribe to the channel. You are gonna learn something, and like the video so that this video can reach a large number of people. This is what the drill is. We're gonna be doing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 layers of impossible drill in the neutral. Remember, this is in the neutral drill. All right, this is exclusively for the neutral. I've got another drill which deals with range 0 when the characters are closer. I've got another drill for that, but yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting that video too. But this is a drill that deals with when you're in this range against the opponent. Now you may have noticed that I have selected jury for this, but that is a very specific character, because I'm gonna show you why I chose jury. In the first slot, right, you're gonna be selecting this option. Yeah, select jury, and in the first slot you're gonna be recording jury. To do this, just walk forward and backward. All right, just walk forward and backward. This is the basic of the drill. The basics of the drill. The important thing about this motion is you gotta learn to stay in this range with her. Right? Learn to stay in this range. That's the first obstacle of this drill. All right? Record jury to just wiggle, walk forward and walk back in the neutral. The second layer, the second thing that you're gonna record is walk forward and backward and DI. All right, this is the second layer of the neutral, because we know there are some creatures out there who will be doing DI in the neutral for no reason. All right, so this is to improve your reactions in the neutral. So the first layer is just walking forward and walking backward. Your objective is to stay near the opponent, like stay near the opponent, stay in this range. All right, so don't try to move too far. Try to stay in this region, in this range. All right, so the next layer is just walk forward, walk back and DI. All right, the goal of this layer is to just react to the DI. All right, when you see a DI, you immediately DI back. So now you got 2 options covered in the neutral. The next most important, not most important, very important thing that you need to be watch out for is to record you doing walk forward, walk back and doing a crouching medium kick. Lord knows this button is a nightmare. All right, this button goes far. The objective of this drill is to just whiff punish her. Oh my god, I suck. Oh my god, I suck. Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm not in range. Yeah, there I was. You stay in range and try to whiff punish that button. Alright? So, when you combine all the previous layers, right? You're gonna be staying in range for the first layer, near this one, and then when you're comfortable with that routine, you're gonna be adding the second layer, that is the DI. You react to the DI in the neutral, and when you are comfortable with that too, you add the third layer, that is walk forward, walk back, crouching. Alright? Oh god, that it's easier said than done. See, the more layers you add to this drill, right, it's gonna be impossible for you to actually react to it. Like, see, I'm trying to just do the correct thing. Look, I promise you, this is harder than it looks, and we're just in the 3 layers of the 8 layers. We got 5 more options to cover. All right, so the next layer is the most common creature activity. I'll show you what is it. All right, this is one of the reasons you pick Jury for this drill. Jury's raw drivers is one of the best, or if not the best in the game. It's one of the fastest drivers in the game. So the objective of this drill is to just react. Try to react. All right, try to stop it with a button, your best button, and try to punish it. All right, try to that's very important, because Lord knows some creatures will be doing this shit in the neutral. Their entire persona, right, is not playing footsies, just drive rush into just win. Especially if a character like Jury, they'll be abusing that shit. So when you go for the next layer, right, it is record the raw drive rush in the neutral. Drive rush into button. Remember, drive rush into button. That's very important. I believe that's Jury's crouching light punch, one of the fastest buttons for her out of drive rush. I don't know exactly what button she's using, but yeah, let's go with that. Now, that's the 4th layer through this drill. Now you got 4 things to react to it. All right, so look at this. You'll be staying there. I assure you, this is harder than it sounds. All right, this is very hard, very hard to do. Now I challenge anyone to do this 10 times in a row correctly, because you can't. This is why I call this the impossible drill in the neutral. All right, I'm trying to counter it, but there are so many options that you'll be looking for. I tried to press crouching medium button. I was just not ready. But the more you put time to this drill, right, the better your reactions are gonna get. All right, you are gonna improve. You're gonna be godlike. Now, if you noticed, I've just left out another layer, right? Can you guess what that is? Because a lot of the times we're gonna be only reacting to this other things in the neutral, right, like a raw drive rush into a button. But people seems to be forgetting there's another option that doesn't include raw drive rush into a button, and frankly it is, in my opinion, at least when it comes to Jury, right, one of the hardest things to react in this game. That is just raw dash, right? Raw dash, reacting to a raw dash, especially to a character like Jury, brother, it's very hard. Now your objective for this routine, right, is whenever Jury dashes in, just try to stop with a button, like quick button, like a jab or a crouching light kick. But yeah, you gotta learn to stop this Jury nonsense, because this is very toxic. She's got, I believe, the best okay, she's got the best dash in the game. It is unreactable in my opinion. You have to be so hard focused on the many things that you have to fight it. And yeah, there are some creatures who do this too. So when you are ready, you're gonna be stopping this. So we are now 5 layers into this impossible drill. All right, I promise you once again, every time you boot up rank, just do this drill for 15 minutes before you boot up rank, or just going into a fight or your friends. I promise you, your reactions will be improving very quickly. You're going to be stopping all the nonsense in the neutral. All right, so now I've got 5 options open in the neutral. All right, now look at this. This is very hard to react. Oh, I did it that time too, right? Okay, I pressed a button to stop that nonsense. Okay, oh wow, that's okay. I reacted. That's hard. I reacted for that too. Okay, so we are now 5 layers into this madness. This is very hard. I'm telling you, the moment that you actually try to do this 10 times in a row, I'm not talking about 3 times, because doing that shit for 3 times is actually, you'll get used to it. But as you add the layers and layers and layers, doing this shit for 10 times, it's nearly impossible. The next layer, it's gonna be very interesting. It's a very common option, but if you're not checking this, you're gonna be eating a lot of damage. I'm talking about jumping, ladies and gentlemen. The next layers, you'll be noticing that this is a very specific jumping that I've recorded for jury. You know why? Because it crosses up. All right, so you're gonna be, when you are in range, right? So you're okay when layer 1 and layer 6 are both on, right? Like they're both turned on. You're trying to be in this range, trying to whiff punish. Okay, so this is the 3rd layer, the crouching medium kick, I believe. Yeah, so you're trying to be in this range. You're trying to be in this range, trying to whiff punish Jury's crouching medium kick. But when you add this layer, the 6th layer, that is the jump in the cross up button, that is the heavy kick, I believe. So you're gonna be looking out for this thing. So the objective is to react to the jump in and uppercut. All right, so I've chosen this button specifically, so when Jury crosses you up, you have to, this is crucial, you have to uppercut, and when she crosses up, you gonna be cross-cutting that shit. Learn to cross-cut in this game. It's gonna take you a long time to learn that shit, to actually perfect that shit. But when you learn that, you're gonna be unstoppable. No one's gonna be thinking of jumping over your head. All right, they're not gonna be crossing over you. They'll be thinking twice. All right, so when you are trying to be in that range and Jury crosses you up, God, dude, that button is a nightmare. How do people anti-air that shit? You're gonna be trying to just, oh my God, I can't do it. Yeah, now I did. You're gonna be trying to just cross-cut that shit. Oh my God, it's very hard. This is why I chose Jury. This is why Jury is very crucial to this drill. This button is a nightmare. It's a nightmare to cross-cut, actually. Right? So when you're trying to whiff punish the crouch medium kick, you're gonna be in the crouch medium kick, just outside of crouch medium kick range. But if the Jury player decides to just cross you up randomly like a creature, right? You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be absolutely ready, and you're gonna uppercut that shit. All right? You're gonna be saying, stop that nonsense. All right, I know how to uppercut. So that's the 6th layer. The 7th layer, I believe, is the easiest one. So it's just a regular jump in. It's just a regular jump in, but you're gonna be learning to identify when to uppercut and when to cross cut. All right, so that's the crucial part of having the cross up button and the jump in button at the same time, while having the crouch medium recorded on, and you're trying to just stay in the range. So this is going to be very hard. So yeah, that's a cross cut. Oh my god, that's not a cross cut. All right. Oh god, my cross cuts are bad, late. Oh no, never mind, my cross cuts are godlike. Only I'm saying that just for dramatic purposes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so you got 7 layers of hell right now. Now what's the 8th layer? Now this is a very specific drill, but you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this at all. The 8th layer, you don't need to do that, but there's a reason that I have this 8th layer for. Oh my god, let me show you why. This is the reason. That button is gonna catch you randomly when you're trying to walk in, right, in and out of range. That button is gonna catch you. Like, see, I try to close in the gap for getting into range, just like away from the crouch medium kick range, but that button is gonna catch you. So when you turn on this that record, right, so it's a reminder to stay out of that button, to stay out of that crouching medium kick range, and to just be alert of that button too. All right, so that is a very specific button that I recorded just to stay out of that crouching medium kick. So if I turn on that crouching medium kick, right, see, I'm trying to just place myself outside of crouching medium kick range, while I'm trying to just place myself just outside of it, and I'm trying not to get hit by both of those buttons, because if I walk too close, right, I'll be clipped by that button. What a timing though. If I try to walk in too close, I'll be clipped by it. So learn to whiff punish that button too while you're at it. Oh my god, it's so hard. Just that, like you know what I mean, like trying to whiff punish the button just by staying out of the range while keeping that button in mind, right? It's very hard. Like, you're gonna be absolutely feeling the difference while you're practicing this shit. All right, the first layer, just going through it once again. The first layer, just walk forward and walk back, record walk forward and walk back. The second layer is just DI in the neutral. So just take it slowly. Just take it very slowly when you're practicing this. Do not turn on all the recordings at the same time, like for at least 4 to 5 days. Like, if you're planning to actually complete this challenge, right, you have to do this 10 times. All right, like regularly 10 times. You have to be on point, so don't rush it. The second layer is the raw DI in the neutral. The third layer is, yeah, crouching medium kick. The fourth layer is raw dash. Especially try to check that with a light button. Don't go for big buttons. Just try to check that with jabs and crouching light kick, or not crouching light kick, stand light kick, for something like that. The fifth layer, all right, this one, this is some creature shit. All right, raw drive rush. And the sixth layer is when you're trying to just play the range, you're gonna be reacting to jump ins. Oh my god, that button, Jesus Christ, that button. All right, so that is specifically for when she crosses you up, when you're too close to the computer, right, when the opponent If she crosses you up, you've got to just uppercut that shit, that cross cut, because it is very easy to cross cut the jumping button, the jump heavy kick, right? It's very easy to cross cut that shit, but it's very hard to cross cut this one, because this is a very hard button to cross cut or even to anti-air. Your reactions has to be on point. All right, so that's why I've chosen this button. And the 7th layer is the regular jump in button, and the last and final layer is the forward heavy kick to keep you in range. You have to be just walk forward and block. That's why this button exists. This recording exists because it should remind you that you shouldn't walk forward like willy-nilly, or you're gonna be clipped by that button. So when you are ready, turn off all the things at the same time, all the recordings at the same time, and see if you can actually do this 10 times in a row. Because I'm telling you, brother, this is very hard. This is very hard. Like, but you're gonna get improved, right? You will improve as time goes by. You will improve, and I am the sole proof for that, because my friend was just kicking my ass in the neutral. He was just doing some random shit like this, and after I came up with this drill and practiced for a couple of days, right, I wasn't checking everything, but I was able to kick his ass, like, convincingly. Like, that's the power of this drill. It actually helped me win over my friend when he was trying to do that shit, right? It actually helped, and it actually helped my reactions in a way. It really helped my reactions when you're trying to just looking for a lot of things. You just have to be hyper focused. All right, so that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I am 100% sure that this is going to be the hardest training drill, or this is going to be the hardest training drill that you've ever come across. And if you find this very helpful, right, please spread the good word. Share this video to your fellow Street Fighter 6 players, and don't forget, give me a like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. That will be the biggest help that you can do. Help this channel grow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to grow this channel for at least 10k by the end of the year, which is gonna be a very impossible task, but like this the drill though. But I believe that you could do it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I believe in you. Yeah, so that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to practice this drill before you boot up a ranked. Make sure to do this for at least 15 minutes, or if you don't plan to go for online today, or you don't plan to play any online, just do this drill. I promise you, your reactions are gonna get better. It's gonna skyrocket, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you learned something from this. Good day.